I'm Larry Johnson, and here's how I see it. Medications can do wonderful things, from fighting infection to preventing stroke to warding off depression. But medications don't work if they're not taken. And according to the National Center for Health Statistics, 8% of adult Americans don't take their medicines as prescribed because they can't afford them. There's no question that prescription drugs are a huge burden for Americans across all socioeconomic levels. Prescription drug spending in the U.S. in 2020, according to the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, was at about $335 billion, with the average American spending around $1,200 a year. Pharmaceutical companies say they charge high prices for medications because they need that revenue to invest in research and development. And while drug research does require funding, critics of big pharma point out that more of their revenue goes to advertising and marketing than it does to R&D. Pharmacy Checker, an online independent company which monitors and compares prescription drug prices, analyzed the 2019 financial reports of 5 of the industry's biggest names, and it found that in all 5 cases, the companies spent more on marketing and sales than they did on research and development. Prescription drug prices in the U.S. are 2.5 times what they are in other industrialized nations, according to the Rand Corporation. Some of the highest priced drugs in the United States are brand name drugs that can cost thousands of dollars per treatment. Prescription drug spending in the United States accounts for more than 10% of all health care spending. Drug spending jumped 76% between 2000 and 2017 and is expected to increase faster than other areas of healthcare spending over the next decade. The United States and New Zealand are the only 2 countries in the world that allow direct-to-consumer advertising of prescription drugs. This direct-consumer advertising spending by drug makers has increased to more than $4.5 billion annually, according to the market research firm Cantor Media. And so, since we know that a big part of the price of prescription drugs pays for the cost of advertising, if pharmaceutical companies were not allowed to advertise in the U.S., well, wouldn't that mean that the cost of prescription drugs to consumers could be a whole lot less? I'm Larry Johnson. Until next week, stay well.